Hi, host Eric here, host Talking Face People. And this time, your ass is mine. Hopefully, we won't have more technical difficulties. I had a little technical difficulty before, which occurs periodically. And it's not my fault at all, which is sometimes when I'm live streaming, the chat will just abruptly disconnect and say, unable to connect to chat. And then it won't ever come back on. And so in those instances, when that happens, there's nothing to do but to just end the stream. This is a general good operating procedure. I reset the router as well. So that maybe fixes the internet a little bit better too. I'm not sure if the internet was a problem or not. But regardless, that chat thing that happens to me sometimes has nothing to do with anything that I do as far as I can tell. It's just a bug in YouTube. So anyway, that's what was going on there. If you're curious. While I was Isaiah. Are you up on speed? I'm so jealous. I have to wait until like Friday or something, or Thursday to get more speed. Oh well, I'll survive, you know. After all, right now, I wish you could. Oh, Isaiah Rude, you're such an ENTP. You remind me of me, but less mad. It says, like, when the chat breaks, sometimes the chat breaks. And it says, unable to connect to chat. It puts this little thing up. I'm still live streaming, but the chat will never come back. I've experienced this before. It's a bug in YouTube. It has nothing to do with me as far as I can tell. Which just sometimes happens randomly. Usually it doesn't, but every once in a while it happens. This happened from the very beginning when I started using this webcam live streaming. It just says unable to connect to chat, and then from that point forward, I can't see the chat anymore. You guys might still be able to chat, but I can't see it anymore. So at that point, I just end the stream and start it over. And I figured while I was ending it, I might as well stop and make myself a cup of coffee. Reset the router. So I did. And now I'm back. And better than ever. I'm way better than I was before. Last stream sucked. This one is great, though. This one is really kicking ass. Isaiah Rude's here. He's thwacked out, so, you know, I'm sure he's got plenty of notions. Holding your anger till it explodes. See, I basically have no fuse. I'm very easygoing until somebody pisses me off. And then they need to go fuck themselves, you know? It's like, just don't piss me off. It's that simple. I'm easy to not piss off. I mean, I think he's found his home here is where if he's gonna find it anywhere, you know, because I actually engage with him. And the problem he has, of course, is he may not be nice to them, but he's not going to win here, you know? There's going to have to either be cool or lose all the time. Have you told her that host Eric disagrees with her? That should be sufficient. Oh, Mom, hey, host Eric disagrees with you. Oh, really? I must be wrong, she'll say. Who's host Eric? That's what she'd say, I'm sure. Who? Host Eric? Who? Mom, you don't watch Talking with Famous People? What is wrong with you? That's what you should say to her. Well, we're talking about Isaiah Rude's mom right now a little bit. There you go, Isaiah. That's smart. You're such a Trump lover, Mom. Tell that to a Trump hater. What? Well, you know, Trump makes his decisions on this by his hunches, Mom. Same as you. That's a peow right there. That's a peow and a peow. You'd be like, take that, Mom. See how you like it, Mom. That's funny. It'd be weird out at HQ, Mom. Yeah, this is a fun place to hang out. I enjoy hanging out here too. You know, and Winston's mom, you're a big part of that. You're a big part of why I enjoy hanging out around here. It's like you help keep it a ontologically safe environment for one thing, which is nice because you. Yeah, I used to be obsessed with that shit too, so it happens. You go through a phase. You go through a phase where you're like, this group of people is wrong, so wrong, I must get them. INTP, ESTP, terrible relationship. Terrible, not meant to be. Well, I say rude, you know. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but there's a certain advantage to hanging out around here if you're a young ENTP. I mean, we're not allowed to visit her. My dad goes and takes supplies down there. Like he's got another box of underbriefs that are coming in. And both my dad and I are wondering why they go through so many of them. But as far as like, what I told my dad is I don't think they put her on the toilet at all. I think they just change her when she's needs to be changed. Although it might be the case that she's no longer really capable of going on the toilet. I don't know. Yeah, they call us. They're trying to set up video conferences. Like, don't even bother. Why would we want a video conference with Mom? That makes no sense to me. It's like, I mean, I guess there's some value in seeing her, but It seems so just ignoring reality, I say rude. I kind of I'm not sure about about that video myself anymore, but it still lives. It still lives on YouTube. Do I think an ISFP and ESFJ relationship would work? Um, maybe. With that, you're looking at the equivalent of, let's see, ISFP, ESFJ. What's the equivalent for me? It's like an It's like an INTJ for me. Yeah, it's a pretty good relationship. Thanks, Chris Chapman. I had to think about it. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty good relationship. I think that's probably third or fourth best for ENTP. I mean, for you, I guess for ESFJ or ISFP, or maybe somebody because like I would say the best for ESFJ is INTP, but following that, you look at you'd look at and yeah, it's a good it's in top four. It's in the top four. Well, that's a good question, Templover. So it's definitely the case that there are different sort of metrics that one can judge quality of relationship on. As far as ease of relationship, they argue quite a bit because, well, I mean, that's the thing. They're going to argue quite a bit. The tool functions are demonstrative and tool, respectively. And it's that, EHP doesn't, well, it's hard. Okay, so it's going to be for ISFJ and, ISFP and ESFJ, it's going to be, the tool functions are going to be SI and SE, respectively. So it's like the ISFP demonstrates SI, but the ESFJ doesn't value it. And the ESFJ demonstrates SE, but the ESFJ doesn't value it. And so it's like they countervalue each other's tool functions, which causes some conflict. But you can get past that but the real conflict comes from the 3 2s. The 3 6s. So it's like ISFP has got NI in the third, and the 6th slot. The NI in the third. No, with the 7, and NI is polar with the ESFJ. So what's going to give the ISFP most satisfaction is going here. Here's the singular truth, but that's always going to fall on deaf ears with the ESFJ. And similarly, the ESFJ is always going to get off on their third slot NE, talking and being listened to. But the ISFP's got a limited amount of tolerance for language. Yeah. As far as best for what, you might posit that duality for perceiving types. I'd say your NI, NE, SI, and SE DOMs no, sorry, NINE, yeah, SI and SE DOMs, that the duality for them is good for growth, but not good for ease. So, I propose for ease of relationship, you get with what's called the mirage partner in socionics, if you're a perceiving type, rather than duality if you're after ease of relationship and compatibility, which I think is a preferable thing over growth, especially if you're old like me. But, I will say this. I can tell that I would not have been ready to be with an INFJ when I was younger. And the reason is because I was too married to my rationality. I wasn't able to. I would have been too dismissive of Rachel's irrational NI stuff. One thing I think is interesting is the way that it's important to distinguish between the words rational and irrational and objective. So, NI is objective but irrational. It's irrational for the simple reason that it's not reasonable. It's not based on reasons. It's based on holistic understandings. That doesn't make it subjective. So, the thing is, people get very confused about this. They think that if something's irrational, it must be subjective. Not at all the case. Rationality has to do with producing reasons, TI reasons or TE reasons, to explain something as to the whys or hows or whatever. Irrationality says, this is the answer and I don't know how I got it. Now, it doesn't mean it's subjective necessarily. In fact, subjective answers, you probably do know how you got them. You felt your way to it. You worked with the logical system in space in a interactive way with TE. That's how you know subjectively you've achieved your outcome. How do you know subjectively if you're enjoying something or not? Well, you feel it yourself, and you can tell. You can explain reasons why you don't like something if called upon, although it's not usually necessary to do so. NI defies reason because it's not reasoning; it's intuition, and intuition is therefore irrational. But it's expected to be rational is to misunderstand the nature of the thing, right? Rationality refers to reasoning. And if you're producing things that need to be justified with reasons, fine. But it's also important to note that, like, a rational what laws? Yeah, well, that's a good reason to call them rational. I enjoy that definition. Carl Jung makes good sense there as to why he would call them rational and irrational in that fashion. But yeah, intuition is irrational but not subjective. And that's where Jung gets everything wrong. Is he insists that things that are introverted are subjective and things that are extroverted are objective, essentially. And that's just wrong and misunderstands the nature of those terms. And I've already established on many different occasions where that's wrong. Well, that would be wrong as well, right? It's not correct that perceiving types should be the highest degree empirical, because empirical is a kind of reasoning, and specifically that does not necessarily correlate strongly with perceiving types. And that's where the NI leads Jung astray. It's inadequately reasoned. It's too NI. And so things that are neat parts of the whole nevertheless don't work and need to be excised. So we need to use words more carefully than that. It is itself more empirical than, say, an ESTJ without completely bastardizing the meaning of the word empirical. Right? You can't use the word empirical meaningfully and have it say that shit. Jung. So it's like Jung, brilliant guy, deserves all sorts of mad props for being a brilliant guy and coming up with some brilliant shit. And yet, you see what happens when you see why you need to have multiple types of people analyzing things, because Jung's a very metaphorical meta-analyst. You know, nothing wrong with metaphorical meta-analysts. I am in love with one. You know, but sometimes you got to jettison the metaphor for something a little more real. Know what I'm saying, dogs? Know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the cognitive functions, dog. I'm talking about functions like a math, dog. I'm talking about modeling this shit, dog. Come on now, Holmes. There, are you convinced? Yeah, life's a funny thing. Watching that movie Passengers last night, which I saw like 3/4 of it before, but I never got to see the ending of it. I've wanted to see it ever since the end. Anyway, good date movie. Assuming you don't have any big secrets between the two of you. But I noted it feels very much like Virus Time, that movie. That movie is very much like Virus Time, where you got just you and your partner, more or less, and you just chilling on a big empty ship. That's a trippy idea, though, right? It's like, imagine that were to happen with the homestead worlds. So you get on a ship, you're in deep sleep hibernation for 120 years, and then you finally get to a new world. When you say goodbye to people on Earth, you're going on a trip. But when you wake up, they'll all be dead. So you're essentially dying to them. There's no difference between you dying and not dying, except the knowledge that someday you're going to be awake after you're dead. Would be such a weird thing to say, say goodbye to somebody like that. That scene though, when she finds out that he woke her up So intense. And Wonder Woman. We watched Wonder Woman last night. That was good. I like how all the Amazonians have this kind of indeterminate sort of Spanishy European accent. NI is real. NI is not real. Yes, it is. It's real. No, it's less real. Yeah. They're both real. Intuition's a real thing. It's just, it's like, it's difficult for me as an NE user, an NI valuer, to deal with my dad a lot of times. That's an interesting thing to be thinking about, Isaiah Road. NI doesn't work without fuel, or you could say that experience is processed differently by an NI user than an SI user for sure. And the understanding of the world is processed differently. Rachel's always coming at things from a universal perspective, no matter how particularist the experience might seem to be. I'm having to constantly remind her, no, not constantly remind her. I periodically, we don't really have any conflicts or anything, but I periodically say, remember, we have our experience to look to. We don't just have to look to the universal rules and stuff. It's really odd. It's striking how dramatically different people's approach to thinking is depending on cognitive function stack. How do we differentiate languages? They're not really on the continuum. Some languages are, but most are not. That's the answer, I think. It's like Japanese is not on the same continuum as some other neighboring village or whatever. It's a completely distinct language from ours. Well, it's worth noting that there's a quality in human infants that prevents them from going over places where it looks like they're going to fall. So if you have glass, so it looks like the baby keeps crawling, they'll fall off the edge, then they won't keep crawling. Nobody's ever taught them that. They just have an inborn knowledge that falling a great distance is going to be a bad thing. And you could say that's I guess a quality of of SE. It's sort of proto SE. Just an awareness of how your body relates to other bodies in space. Proto SI being object permanence. Proto NI being shape constancy. Proto NE being, I don't know. I just realized that there's this sort of proto SE example from psychology that I could draw. I hadn't thought about that before. Am I babbling? I don't mean to be babbling. It is also bright blue and sunny skies out here today. Oh, that's NE. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Boy, the links are a little slow this morning. You probably then ought to define language by fields rather than discrete objects. Yeah. Yeah, that's Proto-NE. Proto-NE is babbling. And you can see Proto-TE easily enough when you watch kids try to fit blocks into things and stuff, That's kind of a combination of, that shows you sort of the inherent linkage between TE and SE as the kid tries to solve some external problem. You can see Proto-FE by just the responsiveness of babies to their mother's facial expressions and stuff like that. And FI doesn't even have a proto form. It stays the same way from birth on. I think it's like, wah. It never changes. FI is always like laughing or wah. The same, no matter how old you are. TISENIFE is the ISTP cognitive order. Well, I mean, it shows you how important slot placement is. The thing is, being a judging type, TI-DOM, regardless of the P at the end, ignore that, but the thing about that is the ISTP starts with two physical has a physical tool function, whereas the INFJ has two metaphysical functions up top. It has three metaphysical than one physical. So it's like the physicality and the tool function really shapes the ISTP dramatically. And the NI in the third slot means they're what INTPs wish they could be. While INTPs are also what ISTPs wish they could be. Neither can you only get one half of the equation, right? So I'm gonna smoke this cigarette now. I'm feeling fairly restless this morning. Being an ISTP might be kind of fun. You could be all like, look at me, I'm an ISTP, foot punch, rectum, whilst collecting nomenclature. Yeah. No, he's right. That's ISTP stack. TISENIFE. That's their stack. Basically, they approach every problem with SE, but it's through a TI frame, so it's deliberated out first. You know, they're a lot less impulsive than ESCPs. The thing is, INFJs with their FE the way it is, their particularism is, just because I haven't taken it, probably, Tom Jacobson. I haven't taken it. I haven't had it in a long time now. It's like been a week or something. ISTPs are harsh. They have a harsh sense of justice, and they are not especially compassionate by nature. Good guy, very judgmental. They're very judgmental, and they've got a very harsh sense of justice. Like I said, if you cross an ISTP the wrong way or something, there's no hey man, I didn't like that. Let's talk about this. And yeah, it's instead it's like, I'm gonna get even. They're very much get even kind of people. So they kind of got a weird thing for vengeance, I think. ISTPs do. I'm not really that into vengeance, although I used to be more into it. There was a time when I was more like that myself, when I thought like, fuck these people, these bad guys, I'm gonna get them. I mean, INFPs may be vengeful. I'm not sure. I don't think so, really. I think they don't have a whole lot of SE, right? So vengeance takes a certain amount of SE. INFPs are FI Dom. You're talking about ISTPs, huh? You mean 8 slot? Yeah. It's a combination of things. It's partially because of the polar NE. Polar NE means you don't really reflect a lot on other possible ways of interpreting something. Well, Ruse Moose? It must get hot where you live in the summertime, doesn't it? Isn't it just cold in the wintertime? I don't know. Living somewhere where it gets very hot in the summer, as I do. Taking shadow into consideration or not? I'm not sure what you mean by taking shadow into consideration. I don't buy any notion of people switching cognitive functions during certain situations. Like, I'm always an ENTP. I don't have a shadow type that I go into sometimes. It is true that in the face of trauma, I will run to my 4th slot function and do caregiving in that way for myself. And it's true for Rachel. When she's under a lot of stress, she runs to her 4th slot function and needs to go SE and go out and walk around and do shit and stuff. Oh, Isaiah, rude. I'm so jealous of you and your ample dopamine supply. It's nice to have another ENTP around. You know, it's comfortable. It's comforting. It's like, you know, thank God I'm not alone. That's what it's kind of like. Oh, good. Isaiah Rude's got the same problem I have. That makes me feel so much better. Are you temp lover? Cool. I like the fact that you used the socionics letter in there. Isaiah Rude reminds me of myself a lot. He's a very soft ENTP. Not all ENTPs are as soft or as playful or as emergent from loving and validating families as Isaiah Rude and I are. Isaiah Rude and I are both ENTPs who continue, even me at 48 years old, I continue to periodically be like, oh, did they just say something mean about me? Me? Oh, right. Upside down, eh? Gotcha. Templar. Okay. I thought maybe you loved temp work, you know? Maybe you love temp workers. Maybe you're a boss who hires hot temp workers. You know, that's probably not a safe approach in these Me Too times. Templar. Yeah. If I were single, that would sound fun. Let's see, Julie. Okay. What do we have in store for you today for temp work? Can you pick up these marbles? I'll sit over here across the room in this chair and watch you. Oh my God, I had to go pick up marbles today all day. It was terrible. I don't want to go back there. I feel dirty. Do you get infatuated with people easily? Well, the thing is, as a root, that's called instant fall in love. Yeah, you'll instantly fall in love, and you'll be wrong until finally you're right. Welcome to my life, Isaiah Rude. See if you can avoid some of the pitfalls. You have instant fall in love syndrome, so you're gonna instantly fall in love with every girl you sleep with, basically. And so, right now you probably haven't even slept with her, and you're already infatuated with her. Well, you gotta sleep with her, and then you're really gonna be just like head over in heels. Same Templar, right on. Instant fall in love syndrome. It's not. No, INFJs don't like people email anthrax. Fascinated in their minds, yes. Like them, no. INFJs are funny. I like INFJs a lot. Oh, you're not an INFJ? I got you wrong all the time. I keep forgetting what you are. It's temporary? Well, look, I mean, it's temporary if you got the wrong chick. And then if you're like me, ooh, that would be a spicy turn of events if you and Templar were infatuated with the same chick. And she was in here, we'd live stream, it'd be you, Templar, me, and that chick in the room. and I'd play bachelor contest. You got bored of relationships after a while, but you're only 34. Well, I'm pushing 49, and I finally got into the right relationship, but it took a long ass time. This relationship is great. But yeah, sure, yeah, do what you gotta do, Templar. You want to go slay that puss? You go slay that puss. All right, you go slay it, and you enjoy that experience, and you dated an INFJ before and it wasn't a good experience. Well, I dated an INFJ right now, and it's a great experience. So you're wrong. You're wrong about your own experience, therefore. But you didn't know it worked that way, huh? It does no. That's how it works nowadays. First girl I got with, she decided she wanted to go get her Mac on with other dudes, so I hummed and hawed about it for a while until I got out of that one. She was an INFJ too. No slaying. Right. Well, you got to get the right INFJ. Yeah, it's your FI stuff that you mistake for your SI stuff. Oh, feelings. Your last one was an INFJ. She was a bit crazy. Mine's a little bit crazy too. That's fine. I mean, mine's quite a bit crazy, really. But normally she's totally sane. No, I mean she's got like a mental illness. She has bipolar mania. Had a fugue state where she where she trashed my dad's garage. Mine is. But the thing is, when she's on her crazy pills, she's not crazy at all. She's totally sane. So, we all got things. And I'll tell you something, it makes her a much better INFJ, much better. And the reason is because that's the thing. I don't like them hot like that. I don't at all. And and the thing is, being Isaiah Rude, you're distracting me. Having a mental illness and having to deal with the sort of social stigmas of that, and periodically over the course of the years having been hospitalized a few times for fugue states where she's obviously not engaging in any kind of good FE, has made her fundamentally more vulnerable, open, and good than most INFJs, I think. Oh, good. Cloud's here. Thank God. How long have I been with her? Since September. But the thing is, we are soulmates in every sense of the word. I've never encountered anything like it. I mean, we are so Throw your laptops out the balcony. Senior Cloud has arrived. What's up, Cloud? Cloud is troubled right now. I'm sorry you're troubled, Cloud. But yeah, I mean, I'm quite convinced that we are genuinely like soulmates. I've never encountered anything remotely like it as far as just general compatibility on all levels. Well, then you're just a soulless bunch of neutrons, Cloud. How sad for you. There's this biorhythms thing. I'm gonna see if I can find this page here. Okay, I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. Biorhythms calculator. Compatibility. All right, let's see if this is the right one. Yeah, I visited this page 3 times. So I put this link here, okay? Put in any two people's birthdays that you know, or any two dates you feel like putting in. Okay, I'm gonna put in Rachel's birthday. It was the 15th or 16th. Well, I'll see. And I'm gonna put in my birthday. So let me look at my wallet here. Right now, God damn it, I gave her ID back. I think it's the 15th, 16th. Maybe it's the 16th. So our biorhythm compatibility mean is 98.13. Now I have not been able to find any two dates I can put in there that have anywhere close to as high as that as a mean. 98.13. We have physical compatibility of 99%, emotional compatibility of 99.3, intellectual 95. A mean of 98.13. That's for this date. But you can put it for any date, and it shows you the dates going forward from that date and back from that date. So you can see, well, mostly forward. Like, according to this, we'll be at our most compatible on all three levels, like on probably like the 5th of April. But regardless, we're always very close to each other. And I found that to be really the case for our no, it doesn't work like that. Emailed Anthrax with us. Well, I mean, the thing is, email Anthrax, I'm extremely first of all, Rachel hasn't given me any sort of the target date just means which day. Like if you put today, it'll show you today, yesterday, and then going forward for like a month. If you can put any day. You put like next Tuesday as a target date, and it'll show you your biorhythms from that point forward. It's like that. So the thing is, I don't mind that. Unlike most people, I don't mind getting a report card. I don't mind getting critiques. If they're legitimate critiques, I make the changes. If they're not legitimate, then the other person needs to be accountable for why they're making the critique. I don't worry about any kind of battle because either I'm in the wrong, in which case I will change and acknowledge that, or I'm in the right, in which case I won't lose that battle. It's that simple. That's how everybody should be. Let her observe as long as she wants. If she's got critiques, I hope she makes some. The thing is, we don't let anything fester. Is the other thing. So if I'm bothered by something, I bring it up immediately. If she's bothered by something, she brings it up right away too. I'm interested in. I'm very interested in talking to her about this conversation here because I don't doubt that that's right. But you got to remember, I've got a partner who's not coming from a position of as much security ontologically as a lot of INFJs are. She's had a rough go of it the last 10 years or so. And yeah, that's natural. That's natural, Isaiah Rude. Lack of nuance. So she's, I think, a little less judgmental than a lot of INFJs. And she's had to be honest from the start about stuff that's not very effy. It's not the sort of things you want to be effy about, but she's very honest. And oh, Isaiah Rude, that's hilarious. Okay, I will give you an example. So one time when I asked Rachel to define NI, she paused for a second. She said, internal knowing. Now, if I ask any user, any Dom for sure, to say that's hilarious, Isaiah. Severe ass pain. Oh, that's hilarious. So anyway, the other thing to remember, anthrax is that on some sort of objective NI calculus, which I'm sure she's using, I'm quite a catch, I guess you'd say, like in the sense that she's got to feel like a pretty powerful INFJ to have pulled that off, you know? If I were she, I'd be pretty smug. Because she just pulled off a bottom of the ninth inning kind of like multiple grand slam comeback win over Forces of Evil. It's got to be quite satisfying. But I know it's very satisfying for her because she's expressed that to me on multiple occasions. So you know, her harshest possible critique of me is I'm not going to be especially harsh, I don't think. And I think he understands that how we talk to each other is critically important to me, and that if you want to have problems with me, you just have to say the wrong thing. You know, that's true for everybody in the world. There's nobody for whom that's not true. You want to have problems with me? Say the wrong thing. Well, what's the wrong thing? I go, well, I don't know. It depends. Just don't say it, whatever it is. And then you won't have any problems. You know, people can do all kinds of fucked up shit to me as long as they say the right stuff. It takes a lot for me to go, okay, this is an ESFP like Chloe. You could say all the right things sometimes. It wouldn't matter the next day or work is garbage. So yeah. You know, when I say we're soulmates, I don't mean like I get that the INFJs in attendance are probably like, well, that's what Rachel's made happen. You can remember I'm a pretty powerful wizard too. Anti-doms need to not underestimate the power of extroverted intuition in the hands of a well metacognated out old ENTP like myself, who's had all this testing ground of being on YouTube and talking to all you people and everything, which has made me such a better thinker in person as a consequence. You know, fundamentally, that we're both on the same side. We're both on the side of good, and that means, you know, we want to be good, and we don't want to be evil. The slabs have been very good to us, really. Very good to me, especially. See Rachel as a reward from the slabs for me. I see myself as deserving said reward. Though I am not taking it for granted or not being grateful. I don't want to express any hubris or whatever. As I was saying last night in a live stream, it is strange how she and I smell the same. Except she's like a slightly more feminine version of me or something. I don't know. It's okay, Isaiah Rude. I got you, dog. I got you. I got you. Christmas this month for you. $5 sticks. You got 5 sticks in your heart, baby, yeah. 5 sticks in your heart. And there's 5 sticks growing inside of your chest. 5, 6, 5 in your heart. Let's look at the 5 sticks card. Conflict, fighting, opposition, clashing personalities, chaos, being defensive, pent-up aggression. Copy. I'll put it here. Pow. Ooh, rude moves. You're going to start punching. You're going to start punching and fighting and fussing. That's what you're going to do. Rude moves is a punching, a fighting, and a fussing. Eric think he can be childish and insightful at the same time. Well, that's true, Cloud. You can't have your cake and eat it too, but insightful and childish are not mutually exclusive. Oh my gosh, not everything is. For example, I can be tall and male at the same time because those aren't mutually exclusive. Gosh, Cloud. Good point, though. Here's a card for you, buddy. Dinner with Jesus? Oh my gosh, you got dinner with Jesus. You get your choice of cups. Pick your cup wisely. Congratulations, Cloud. I am so happy for you. Okay, Isaiah Rude, here we go. Yes, Isaiah Rude. Ace of Pentacles. What does that mean? Let me tell you. Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to look on the old Charteroo. The old Charteroo. Ooh la la, loo loo loo. Here's something from the old Charteroo. Pow. That's what you got, Isaiah Rude. You got new beginning, new financial opportunity, prosperity, stability. Maybe this chick's the one. Maybe that's what it's saying to you. Maybe this chick is the one to bring you prosperity and stability. Okay. Here we go. This one's for Rachel. Two swords. Why is impulsiveness exclusive of insightfulness, Cloud? Sitting at that stalemate, difficult decisions, opposites, facing fear, not able to see the truth. I don't think that really applies to Rachel today. I don't think that was meant for Rachel. The Tower. I don't know who I'm pulling that one for. What's MMH mean? Is that a saying? Here, Templar, I'll pull a card for you. I guess that Tower card's for the world right now, yeah. I didn't pull for anybody in particular. It's for the world. Templar, this is for you. Oh, Templar, you got this one too. I just shuffled up the deck. I guess this was meant for you the whole time, maybe. I'm not sure. You got some crazy shit going on in your life right now, Templar? You got a lot of chaos? Email Anthrax. Here you go. Email Anthrax. Pow. Ooh, Queen of Cups. Let's see. Are you feeling easily hurt today? I think that's the easily hurt card. Yeah. Copy. Oh, email anthrax. Are your feelings hurt easily today? Oh. All right, everybody pick on email anthrax because he's got feelings today. All right, Tom Jickelson. I haven't forgotten about you. The Fool. Tom Jickelson, you got the Fool. That's a good card. It means you're off starting something fun and new. You're making cheese, making poo. You got a dog who's gonna walk around with you. It's fun. It's a lot of fun for you. Makes you feel special. Weinstein's mom, if she's still here, is going to get a card down. This is it. This is Winston's mom's card. £10. 10 of pence. You got the 10 of pentacles, Winston's mom. Let me look on the old chart-a-roo. Solid foundations, happiness, closeness to family, domestic harmony, being conventional, settling down. It's the hunker card. It's time to hunker. It's time to hunker. I want everybody to tell me how their relationship partner or friend, best friend or whatever, what your biocompatibility is. Because me and Rachel's is 98.13 mean. That's were the pants upside down? No, I don't think they were upside down. Do you feel upside down? I don't usually do upside down. I try to make sure they're all the same direction. I don't like upside down because that just makes it unnecessarily complicated. Like this one should not be that direction. That one was upside down. The Queen of Pentacles was upside down. I think, no, not the Queen. The Nine of Pentacles was upside down. This is the one that was upside down. I think you maybe were supposed to get the upside down Nine of Pentacles, if that's what you're saying to me. In which case, you're supposed to get the upside down of independence, financial stability, thriving business, rewards for hard work, contentment, and self-discipline. If you want that, that's what you got there, is the upside down of this. Yeah. Nine of Tentacles. Yeah, that's your Nine of Tentacles right there. When you get the Nine of Pentacles upside down, Templar, we call it the Nine of Tentacles. It's called the slabs, tentacles reaching into your pockets. I'm going to pull a card for me. This one. Community. You guys, it was right. I'm hanging out with the community. And it's fun. There's lots of colored shooting things going off in the background. What are those? We have a laser show here. Look, it's Winston's mom. And it's emailed Anthrax right there, that guy. And there's Cloud. And there's Tom Jackelson. And Templars right there. Isaiah Rouge back here behind this guy. Yeah. You guys like the laser show? That's so true. All right. Isaiah Rude, I'm pulling a card right now for your penis. Looks like it's walking a lonely road, my friend. 7 of sticks. My take on that is your penis is walking a lonely road. Seven sticks. Standing up for beliefs. Protective, determined. Taking the high road. Being scapegoated. Stamina. You just keep having your penis take the high road, Isaiah Rude. Don't be sticking it into any old thing, all right? Don't be sticking it into any old hole you find, is what that's saying. It's still pretty weak, though. Tom Chickelson, hey now. I'm going to pull a card for your penis. I hope I get the Tower card. That's what I hope I get. I hope you get the Tower card for your penis. Here we go. This one. This is Tom Jickelson's card for his penis. The moon. Ooh, the moon. Oh, Isaiah Fruit. You're so silly. The moon. Let's see about Tom Jickelson's penis. It gets the moon. Anxiety, fear, insecurity. Everything is not as it seems. Trust, intuition. Pay attention to your dreams. Your penis is dreaming right now. It's dreaming of a beautiful lady. You need to wake her up and say, hello, it's me, Tom Jickelson's penis. That's an excellent chat there, Tom Jickleson. Excellent work. Excellent work. Okay, Cloud, here we go. Oh, Ruse Moose. Ruse Moose. This is for your penis. 2 cards for Ruse Moose's penis. Soulmate and Knight of Pentacles? I think Ruse Moose's penis is going to find a soulmate soon. I know, McFarlane. And this one, I'm not sure what that one is. Let me go look on the old Charteroo. Knight of Pentacles. Patient, practical, loyal, stubborn, hard worker, making your dreams come true through persistence. Is there a certain special someone you're going after and she's been a bit of a tough nut to crack? Is that the case? Well, listen, Ruse Moose, she's your soulmate and you need to get in her pants. All right? That's my advice to you. Okay, let's see. Whose penis do we need to do next? Noah McFarlane's penis. Noah McFarlane, your penis. Same card, Knight of Pentacles. Stubborn. You have a stubborn penis, my friend. Congratulations. Cloud, did I do your penis yet? I'm not sure. Here, Cloud's penis. Ooh, upside down. 5 of sticks. So, unfortunately, this one was upside down. 5 of sticks. Well, that's good because upside right would be conflict, fighting, opposition, clashing personalities, chaos, pin-up defensiveness, blah, blah, blah. Instead, you have the opposite of that. Your penis is happy. Okay, so be glad for that. You don't have conflict in your penis. Okay. Now, we're not gonna be misogynists here. No. We don't exclude women from this event. This is not just a penis only event. So Winston's mom, I'm pulling a card for your vagina. Temperance. Oh, Winston's mom. No, this is for her vagina. I guess it's not going to really see a whole lot of action today, probably. That's my guess on that one. Okay. Let me pull a card for my penis today. 2 of sticks. Let's see what the 2 of sticks is. 2 paths, decisions, planning, anticipation, restlessness, wanderlust, sudden departure, lack of contentment. Really? I think what that's saying is I need to hump pretty soon, probably. I think it's right. I think my penis is correct. I need to hump pretty soon. He's getting a little impatient. I didn't hump at all yesterday or the day before because she's been on her period. So it's been a few days, really, since I've humped. So that makes sense why my penis would get that card. I guess he's getting impatient. Let's see. Who else's vagina or penis can I pull a card for? I guess that's it. I guess everybody's here. Oh, I could pull a card for Rachel's vagina. Let's see. See how Rachel's vagina is going to do today. I think she's done bleeding. I'm pretty sure. Knight of Wands. Let's see. The Knight of Wands. Being hasty, open-minded, adventurous, energetic, taking risks, hot-tempered. Uh-oh. Sounds like Rachel's vagina is going to be hot-tempered today. I'll have to keep that in mind. So I want to know, has anybody put any 2 dates into the biorhythm compatibility calculator? You will notice that I can't find any 2 dates that are as compatible with me and Rachel. All right. Here's a card to answer Email Anthrax's question. Why do I want to pull cards for people's penises? Let's find out. Wheel of Fortune. Well, that's exactly right. It's just something random to do. It's something funny and random to do. I don't know. Would you like me to pull a card for your legs? Email Anthrax? Here you go. Here's a card for Email Anthrax's legs. You might like that better. Four sticks. That's weird. You're weird, Email Anthrax. You're weird. Happy families, reunions, celebrations, surprises, feeling welcome, security, feeling supported, laying down roots. Your legs are feeling good today. You got some good legs. Okay, I will, Noah. Noah's left ring finger. Noah McFarland's left ring finger. Here we go. Pow. Chariot. That one is moving. Your left ring finger is going to be like, all day long today. Emailed Anthrax. I'm not pulling your legs. Okay. Now I'm going to pull a card for California. California knows how to party. It's learning something. Oh, Isaac Roddy is here. Okay, you missed a few polls. Yeah, we're gonna pull for you right now. Okay, this is for you in general today. Transition, death. Don't worry, you're not actually gonna die today. That's not what this means. It means something's gonna change. Some big thing's gonna come to an end, and Isaiah Root, that's good stuff. Means, like that big thing you had going on, it's over now. So you might as well just say fuck it and move on to the next thing. It's good. It's good. You clear it out of your system. Yeah, clear out the corona out of your system. Now, Isaac Roddy, I didn't just pull a card for a person while you were gone here. I've been also pulling cards for people's genitals. So I'm going to pull a card for your penis. See how it's going to do today. The moon. It's a dreamy penis. You've got a dreamy penis. Congratulations. I dream of Jeannie with a long blonde, long brown hair, as they say. Email anthrax. It doesn't mean he will get coronavirus. Okay. This is a card that says, hey, remember everybody, I know this this plague thing is depressing. But remember, there's still 2 cups up on the shelf up there. Still 2 cups. What is coronavirus's card? Okay. Let's see how coronavirus is doing. This card's for coronavirus right here. Coronavirus is settling in fine. Feeling prosperous, industrious, what have you. Does Rusmus's penis have corona? Good question. Let's ask the tarot. No, but it wants to get it, I think is what this means. It doesn't have it yet, but it's going to go try to get it. It's going to go flirt with coronavirus, bring flowers, and it's going to want to catch it. I'm going to pull a card for Winston's mom's newest ferret. This is Winston's mom's newest ferret. See, it's standing there. It's got the thing in its hand. It's like, look, I'm fitting in. Actually, that's fine, Isaiah Rude. It's the other way around that's the problem. You're not supposed to touch your face and then your junk. I think you have to go back and forth 3 or 4 times. So it's fine to just go one direction, like boom, boom, it's fine. Boom, boom is fine. But boom, 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 boom is not okay. You gotta eventually stop touching either your junk or your face, or you'll dig a hole into your forehead eventually. This card is for Tom Jickleson's hands. Let's see just how filthy your hands really are, Tom Jickelson. This card is specifically about the level of filth on Tom Dixon's hands. Ooh, the filth is really settling in. This card's been popping up a lot today. The filth has got a whole filth family on your hands, Tom Dixon. You better wash those hands before you touch your junk. Okay? Now let's see. Is it safer for Cloud's hands to touch Tom Dixon's junk? Let's see. Yeah, it's a lot safer. Cloud's hands are a lot cleaner. Just let Tom, just let Cloud handle that for you, okay? Oh, that's one of the cleanest spots in my body, Isaiah Rude. Right between the sack and the thigh. Oh, hell no. I mean, I spent a lot of time touching boobs. I just can't, Briggs has got amazing boobs. They're just ridiculous. So I got 2 cards here fall out when I was talking about Rachel's boobs. They're waiting for me. Waiting, anxious. Waiting to be prioritized. This is one boob and the other boob. See? Those are the 2 boobs. I've got to go balance them. Got to go juggle the boobs. Juggling boobs, juggling boobs. Everybody enjoys juggling boobs. All right. This is for the day's frequency. Frequency. Here we go. That's so right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mind blown. That's such a right card for the day's frequency. Cloud, why do you say that to me? Why would you say such a thing? Why do you hate me so? I'm a nice guy. All right, here. Now I'm going to pull each of you guys a Teal Swan card. You're going to love it. You're going to love Teal Swan card. Frequency Tarot. Here we go. Teal Swan speaks. She speaks with the speech of 1,000 speakers. Okay, Teal Swan cards. Tell us your Teal Swan truth. Have I ever met a woman with braided pubic hair? No, I have not. Can't say I have. But email Anthrax, here's your frequency. Ooh, to the law, to the Lizzo. You got intimacy. You see what all that pink stuff is, right? Mm-hmm. You're on frequency 23. Intimacy. Intimacy. Noah McFarlane, your frequency. You get 2. You got this one. Return to source. Return to source, Noah McFarlane. Return to source. And the other one you got was this one. Heritage. Very similar. You return to the source and heritage, okay? So you decide whether you want to return to the source or have heritage in your heart. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. No, I've never met a man with braided pubes either. I don't know what the context would be in which he'd be showing me his pubes, but I suppose it could be at a pube show. A pube styling symposium of some sort. Why I would attend such a symposium, I don't know, but hypothetically, I suppose I could. God damn it. Eric got us all tickets to the Pube Styling Symposium again. He's going to really be upset if we don't go. Okay, now. Okay, now. More Teal Swan cards. Isaiah Rude, your frequency. Well, you get 2 as well. You get Soul Family and Gratitude. Soul Family and Gratitude. Congratulations. Cloud, your frequency. Let's find out your cloud's frequency. Surrender. Surrender, Cloud. It's over. It's all over, Cloud. It's time for you to just surrender. We are done, mister. We are done fighting. I'm done fighting you. It's time for you to surrender. Surrender to the superior might, power of Teal Swan cards. Okay? All right? Teal Swan has spoken, Cloud. She has spoken. When Teal Swan speaks, everybody has to listen. She is a wise, wise woman. Wiser than you or I will ever be in a million, billion years. Okay? She's got a big YouTube channel. So that means she's right. Yes, Teal Swan cards in the mix. We got some Teal Swan cards here. Sky Gear, here's your frequency. Surrender. Time for you to surrender as well. Winston's mom, here's your frequency. Beginnings. Beginnings. What's your frequency? Let's see what my frequency is. Uniqueness. I'm wacky and unique. How fun. Strategic concession, that's called in debate, Sky Gear. Strategic concession is a debate term for various reasons why one might want to concede a given argument. Let's see. Did I do? Oh, yeah, I did Winston's mom already. Who else do I need to do? I need to do Rachel McBachel. Yeah, kick-in arguments. Well, kick-in is usually not a strategic concession. If you have to kick something, it means it's too defeated for you to bother defending it anymore. Alignment. That was for Rachel McBachel. Her frequency is alignment. And her alignment is frequent. Okay. Now, Sky Gear. Here's a card for the frequency of your penis. Namaste. Namaste. I guess Sky Gear goes and picks up on chicks at the yoga place. Isaiah Rude's penis's frequency. A strategic concession would be one that you plan to turn or something in particular. Like And it can see their definition and then turn it, or just concede a point to make the global point that you're dealing with the argumentation more fairly, or it's more purposeful than kicking usually. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You have to maintain the meta argument that you're fairer, right? And that you're reasonable because you made concessions here. And if the other party were going to be demonstrating the sort of discursive approach that would allow them to even potentially win this discussion, they'd have to make concessions as well. And then when they do, if they do, then you, of course, use those to hammer the living fuck out of them. Whatever the concessions are, they always link, right? That's a fun little trick. It's a fun little trick we play. If they don't, they're fucked. If they do, they're fucked. If they don't, they're fucked on the framework level. Well, you're just not really, you're not a serious person. You're not arguing with me seriously because I'm doing this obviously simple and reasonable thing, and you're not doing the same thing. Okay, fine. Now I'm doing the same thing. Now you're fucked because you just conceded something that's, you really should never have conceded because now you've lost. But you said I had to concede stuff. Well, you shouldn't have conceded that. But you suggested I concede this. You didn't have to listen to me. It's fun. Fun stuff. That's part of the life and adventure of being an ENTP. Playing these kind of little jokes all the time. That aren't really jokes. They're just sort of like butt fuckeries, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm smoking a cigarette now with my lungs. This time, I'm going to use my lungs to smoke a cigarette. I'm tired of using my butthole. Yeah, fuck productivity. You know, productivity is... It's like... Talk about overrated. That's what I call overrated. I like the fact this live stream has exactly one thumb up, despite multiple people saying, don't forget the thumbs up, or whatever it was his mom saying that. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to have to go click all the way over there. Oh, yeah, I got a poop brewing here. Kind of poop that Mom would like to receive a letter about. See, the bees are on this avocado tree out here. It's an avocado tree that it's been here a long time. It never produces any avocados. I think one year I shamed it. That didn't work. I think this year I'm going to be a positive coach and encourage it. Tell it how proud I am of it for being such a big tree and providing good shade. And I don't care if it makes avocados or not. But if it feels like it, that'd be nice. We'd appreciate it. It's got plenty of bee action going on. It's a nice, big, healthy tree. Oh, I forgot to pull a card for Kitty Meow. That's not cool. Let me pull a quick card for Kitty Meow. This one. Oh, family. We love you too, Kitty. We love you too. Oh, and the avocado tree. That's the other one I want to pull a card for. Avocado tree. It's Screaming away. Feeling insecure. Hey, avocado tree. It's okay. Don't feel insecure. It's all good, dog. I love you, even if you don't make any avocados. You're a very big and beautiful tree. You got bees galore on you this year, dog. Which reminds me, I want to pull a card for that little Christmas tree that we saved at Christmas time. It's still growing in the back there. For the Christmas tree. 9 sticks. I'm not sure what that one is. Ongoing battle fatigue, strength of will in the area there, close to success holding out. Well, maybe that has to do with just having gotten a lot of rain. I don't know. All right, I have to poo. I'm actually not going to end the stream though, so if you guys can chat amongst yourselves while I poo, I'd appreciate it. Oof. I was in a state of poo illusion. It's been dispelled by the release of poo into the toilet. If you're not familiar with poo illusion, no, Isaiah's not an ENFP. Isaiah's an ENTP. No, Cloud. Thinking types don't change their types willy-nilly. And think that they feel like they want to be something different when they should be just something different or whatever. We know our types because it's really obvious. You know, if you use logical calculation rather than feelings-based calculation, it's pretty easy to determine a type, and it's pretty definitive for most people. You know, it's not really that challenging. Some types are more challenging than others. Some individuals are more challenging than others. You think he's an ENTP, huh? You checked him out. Okay, well, glad to know that you think he's an ENTP. Interesting that you don't think I'm an ENTP. So, what is it about Winston's mom that makes you think he's an ENTP? I mean, about Isaiah Red makes you think he's an ENTP that I lack, that makes you think I'm not an ENTP. ENTP want to be more accurate in their speech, for example. Just here, I think I seek logic. I see. I'd say that's accurate. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, Isaiah is just too good with the TI to possibly be an ENFP. Right. Choose some affirmation is right. An ENTP is more likely to do a friend's homework for them than they are to do their own homework. That's not true for an ENFP. Yeah, I know. Me too. Right there. I'm in the same boat, mister. I'm rowing with the same paddles. I know they can be kind of shitty paddles sometimes. People are like, aren't you supposed to be smart? I'm not an ENTP because I smell of success and fear no failure is a better argument. Moreland and Benedict. I don't know what to make of that. You know, the anthrax. That's got me. You basically shut me down. I don't know how to respond to that. Well, I would say I think it's true, but I point that I just smell of success. I'm not actually successful at the moment, anyway. Anything in particular. I really don't fear failure much. I mean, I don't fear. I don't. I don't let any fear of failure stop me from trying or attempting things. In fact, I sort of expect everything I attempt to fail at first at it. But I think that's somewhat just age, you know. EHPs, different ages are going to have different meows. Yeah, that's a very sophisticated FE play there. It does lots of different things. It's very subtextually rich. One of those things I got to process for a while. And, you know, it's like, it's not easy to make subtextually rich FE arguments. What qualities of those, like specifically, what quality? Hi, Lasertron. I'm smoking this stuff called Jug OG at the moment. I got it from the LA Kush store. It was on sale. It's like 32% THC or something. So I'm curious. I'm not going to watch Duncan Trussell, but I would appreciate if you tell me which aspects of ENTP-ness has he kept that I've, for example, lost or don't display. Yeah, well, I mean, trauma will put you in your SI for sure. Okay, so why does not wanting to parse out he wouldn't bother? Well, he must be a lot more popular than me, I guess. After all, I've only got 13 people here, Cloud, so I'm even interacting with you. That's a good answer. Okay, I'll buy that. He must just be more popular than me, though. That's how you know I'm an EHP, Cloud. I accepted that argument. Cloud. Am I so serious? If I doubted his type? I mean, Cloud, listen, I'm just trying to engage you about what you're saying. That's all. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he is. That's a very politic answer. Very diplomatic. Or a little less diplomatic, perhaps. I mean, Cloud, listen, you are right that I am often probably well served to ignore you. But at the moment, I got nothing better to do. Why can't I engage you and still be an ENTP? It's an interesting line of argumentation, though, I got to tell you. I'm so bad at arguing that if you're choosing to argue with me, Eric, you must not be an ENTP. That is an interesting line of argumentation. Well, I mean, Cloud, it's true that when I'm live streaming, I'm live streaming. That's true. I mean, I could engage with Rusmus instead. Would you prefer that? Hey, Rusmus, how's it going? Look, it's like I don't worry about the short-term FE stuff because I'm more skewed to the competence angle of FE than the warmth angle of FE. There's two angles to FE, competence and warmth. And if you're skewed towards competence angle, you can sort of jettison warmth off the side of the boat sometimes on the grounds that, well, they may not like me, but they'll respect me. So it's like there's FE is a little bit more than just getting people to like you, you know. It's conveying both warmth and competence. I'm growing in the warmth area. I'm more warm, a lot more warm than I used to be, and getting warmer. And that's just sort of part and parcel of what it means to be on YouTube. Is it teaches you to behave differently. It trains you, especially if you're if you are like right now, getting distracted by your comment and responding to it instead of finishing my thought. That's an example of any. It's an example of the negative part of any. I can jettison whatever it is I'm talking about and just switch topics in a second and sort of forget what I was saying before. That's the kind of stuff that's extroverted intuition. Okay, Cloud. You're right. I'm wasting my time talking to you. You'll note that switching topics is multitasking badly. I didn't finish one thought before I started the next one. I'm not multitasking well. I multitask badly. I've always said that. I'm bad at multitasking, not good at it. Why do you have a welding torch for your bong? I wouldn't call it a welding torch. I'd call it a propane torch. Ideally, I'd have MAP gas, which is a little hotter than propane. The reason, to be honest, is it's basically the only lighter that I never lose. I never put it in my pocket. Now, right now, I got shit tons of lighters around here, so I just sort of habitually. It pulls faster, too. It's like you don't got to wait around for the, you just torch it and pull it, and you're done, Which is nice. Hi, Rachel, baby.
Hi.
How's my Rachel baby doing?
Rachel's baby doing good. How's Eric's baby doing?
Attack the argument unless attacking the person wins you the argument. And sometimes it does. And sometimes what's an ad hominem argument is not necessarily a bad argument. Namely, there's no point in me arguing with you further because you're not arguing properly. You're not capable of arguing properly, or you are somebody who doesn't argue properly, are ontologizing behavioral patterns in a way that's fair and reasonable. Well, I just gave you the example, Cloud, to say that it's not worth arguing with you anymore because you are either incapable of or have never displayed any capacity to use rationality in the way that is productive, makes discussions productive, then there's no point in arguing with you any further. No, I didn't win any argument, Cloud. I successfully, correctly justified the point you were making, which is there's no point in arguing with you. Do you see what I'm saying? It depends. In other words, if I'm arguing about whether you are worth talking to, then I'm going to be arguing about who you are and how you be rather than about what you're saying. The difference between a hippo and a zippo is that one is heavy and the other is a little lighter. I love that. That's hilarious. So yeah, the reason I use a torch, at least ostensibly, is because it doesn't get put in my pocket and carried away from here. But right now, but in general, I prefer to smoke balls with a torch because they just smoke better. It's like, why be all slow?
It's a nice even flame too, which makes a difference.
Right. And as you develop better finger control, you can make it smaller. But see, it's a challenge. It's not easy to do. You can make it a little smaller. God damn it, Bill Walton has taken over Isaiah Rude's body.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's been possessed. That's the word.
Oh no.
He's been possessed by Bill Walton.
Wow. That sounds really scary.
Yeah. Here. Oh no! Boo! Broken bowl.
Oh no! I knew there was a real reason for the boo.
I wonder if head shops are open. Probably.
Yeah, I would think. Oh no.
Oh. That's no fun at all.
That really isn't.
God damn it. No, he has the ability to take over bodies temporarily. Bill Walton does. He's a dangerous, dangerous man. We all have to be very careful. That's the only good thing about this whole virus thing is that Bill Walton is shut down for the rest of the season. Okay. I think I could still pull a bull here, though. Yeah, you got to protect your giblets. If you don't protect your giblets, then you'll just reject my niblet. We have a rule around here. Niblets or giblets? You have to eat one of the two. You have to eat either corn niblets or turkey giblets. It's up to you. How old is this Coke, I wonder? giblets. You know what I could really go for right now? A big pan full of giblets. Fried up giblets. Yeah, you need to download some anti-Walton software. We all do. I want some sort of noise-canceling headphones that just cancel out the sound of Bill Walton's voice. So I could listen to games and not hear Bill Walton. Yeah. Winston's mom was right. You think it's a coincidence that the bong broke right as Bill Walton possessed Isaiah Rude? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
That's Bill Walton's fault.
Yep.
That fucking guy.
He heard all the shit talk.
Yeah, that fucking guy. I tell you. Who's Bill Walton? Only the greatest curse on basketball broadcasting that's ever lived.
Now, who did he play for?
I don't even remember. I mean, he played for UCLA in college. I know that.
So that's why he has the job announcing for them?
Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons why he's he's hired by the Pac-12 networks. He loves the Pac-12. We always call him the Pac-12 Conference of Champions.
They win.
What? Now that is a man among boys. He's here in the champions.
Ew.
He's always saying shit like that.
Ew.
It's horrible. You think that guy flies high? I played with this guy named Nyama, and he was up so high one time that he went over my shoulder. Meanwhile, it's almost overtime, it's ridiculous. Ignoring the game completely, critical moments. It's horrible.
So he's one of those kids that you hate, right? And okay, so he would be the kid that I would hate in high school who graduates, gets a great job just because he's associated with the school that he graduated from.
Something like that.
I can't take people like that.
Stop playing hot and cold with your glass products. Hey, email anthrax. It's not my job to change the way I smoke. It is the bong's job to work properly. Okay? And if I have to burn through a bunch of bowls, then so fucking be it.
He is serious. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, but can you maybe pull me a card when I get back?
Yes. I already pulled you one earlier.
Oh,
but
you did?
Yeah, well, at least I pulled one for your vagina.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if I pulled one for you or not.
Okay, well, I need to know.
You got the Two of Swords, actually.
Oh, no, my vagina's indecisive.
I think what that means is that, it's forgotten. It's forgotten how good it is at what it does because it's been a few days because you've been on your period.
That sounds about right.
But don't worry, I'll help remind it. I'll help make it more decisive.
What did your penis get?
What did my penis get? I don't remember. I pulled something. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look at the video.
Yeah.
ESTJs in general are tough to work with. Those are the only teachers I never dared to fuck with because they never took my shit. Well, I mean, the thing is, with ESTJs, they actually have to fuck up first. You can't manufacture shit with them. But if they do fuck up, they're susceptible. Did Rachel ask me for things? No, she said she's going to the bathroom. Oh, and then can I pull a card for her when she gets back? Yeah, she loves me. I love her too. We're totally gaffed for each other. Two of Sticks. That's what I got. My penis got. Thank you for reminding me, Templar. Let's see what that was. Two of Sticks. Two paths decision. Oh, right. Two wands and two swords. Interesting. Well, I mean, the thing about ESTJs is they're always going to be one step ahead of ENTPs in general. But if they fuck up and you got them, then you got them. And you hammer the NI and they don't know what the fuck to do about it. They hammer the NI and the TI and they get very flustered because you're hitting them in the polar and they're ignoring which they value. And so it's like, I have to defend this, but I can't. But they have to fuck up. And they have to fuck up in a way that is sort of TE fuck up. Like, you know, break some rule. Like, you know, I was dealing with, I think, an ESTJ, maybe an ENTJ, but I think an ESTJ woman at Rachel's mental health facility, Janet, and she fucked up, which is I called her on consent, and boy, did she scramble. Because why? She had fucked up a protocol thing. She knew she didn't have adequate consent for this. And she had a signature on some form somewhere and it just sort of ignored consent thereafter. And that wasn't going to fly in any sort of official undertaking regarding the matter. And so, of course, you got to, and the thing is, I didn't go in there with any plan of any sort, right? I didn't go in there thinking I'm going to get her like this or like that or whatever. It just naturally happened as I was trying to get to the bottom of some basic questions because they were giving me pushback for no reason, right? Give me pushback on some, I need their assistance on this. You know, let's make sure that she gets medication and we need to collaborate with these people. Yada, yada, yada. That's the thing. I'm not looking for it. It just throws itself in my face. So it's like I'm asking for assistance from these people in getting medication switched over to here, the dates of it, stuff like that. You know, practical logistical matters. And they're giving me pushback on that. So I start asking, well, okay, well, what is this you're doing with her right now? Exactly. What are you treating her for? Because she doesn't seem to be needing any treatment right now. It's not like she's got the sort of thing that's chronic and ongoing. She's got something that's treatable, and when it's treated, it's in remission fully. And when it's not treated, you have it's like it's something that might flare up occasionally, but is not an ongoing thing. So I'm like, okay, well, why are you treating her? And then all of a sudden you start asking questions and you get answers like we're treating her for acute cannabis addiction or something like that. And I was like, you cannot possibly have gotten consent for that, which is the natural thing to say in response, right? I didn't go in there thinking this is the angle of attack I'm going to use, consent. It just presented itself because that's where they fucked up. You start asking some questions and it reveals itself in no short order, So, so that's what it means to like what I mean by I'm not going around looking for people's mistakes. They already, for me to be, if I'm giving somebody rope, they've already fucked up because I don't naturally go into situations giving people rope. I'm just sort of engaging with them, honestly, right?
Yeah.
But if people hit a couple of red flags, then I start giving rope because they've already fucked up in some way that's not definitive, that I can't establish clearly and use in some conclusive fashion. So I can either gather cumulative examples to use that, or I can wait for them to do something significant. What advantage does an ISTJ have over an ESTJ? I mean, I don't think they see each other as advantage, disadvantage. They see each other as naturally compatible. Well, the thing is, this is the mistake that would have been made, though, emailed Anthrax. It would have been a terrible mistake for me to argue that this is wrong because she's not addicted to marijuana. You can't be addicted to marijuana, or that the diagnosis is fundamentally bad, because that's not going to make her scramble. That's attacking on an NE level where she can defend.
Mm-hmm.
You got to attack on a TE level, TENI level, where she can't defend, where she say you didn't fulfill this protocol. You did not have consent for this. And then for it doesn't fucking matter what the diagnosis is. And that's called being an old ENTP who is also a debate coach and understands which arguments are determinate, which ones are not. Because that's something that's slow for ENTPs to get, as I've learned with my ENTP client. It is slow for him to understand. He is slow to understand what's the determinate argument, like what the specific NI thing is you got to use to win. He'll have a lot of arguments. He'll make the mistake, so to speak, argumentationally, of winning the most pots, but losing the biggest pot, and therefore losing money. So it's like if you win a lot of little pots in poker, you'll be doing fine. Then you lose everything in a big pot, then
You're doing everything.
Then too bad for you. You've lost the poker experience. So argumentation is kind of similar to that. You heat up some coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's why email anthrax. My argument made her scramble, as in probably an ESTJ, or either way, ENTJ or ESTJ.
No, she could be an ESTJ. I don't know what she is really.
I don't either. I just dealt with her briefly, but regardless, she's TE Dom.
Yeah.
And she fucked up on TE grounds. So, she's got no choice but to scramble. Her whole shtick is TE. That's how she defends everything. She's filled out the right papers. She's got the right protocols. She's got officiousness. That's her whole shtick is officiousness.
Efficient?
No, officiousness, being like an official.
Oh, yeah.
Having credentials and being an official.
Yeah, so, I was connecting some dots, actually, after, thinking about the whole thing and my treatment there overall. She's a licensed medical clinician, but she hasn't taken patients. She doesn't really take patients. She's more of an office person. She has her title, but she hasn't used it until I came in, and my case was so discombobulated to them that she took it on. So it's like she was licensed to practice with me, but she was out of practice because she wasn't taking on clients really until I came in.
She saw that TE polar and wanted to get at it.
Yeah, she wanted to know.
Well, now she knows.
Yeah. And before the meeting, it was incredibly important that you were there, because before the meeting, I was supposed to go in there and we were going to discuss whether I was going to go into a program for alcohol and drugs or just therapy. And then because of you, we discovered that they made the decision without me, that I was going into the drug and alcohol program because of my cannabis addiction. But they never asked me.
There's no consent, right?
Yeah.
So they fucked up badly, and they're probably doctoring documents.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that, but just a guess.
I mean, no, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, well, I mean, the thing is about that email anthrax is yeah, that would be fine. But they could come up with a definition of addiction that would include marijuana, habituated marijuana use. And so that's the problem with that. That's where what I'm saying, you're attacking their, and it's probably they can defend with NE, with third slot NE. I'm sure there are plenty of psychological camps and literature out there that would support her position regardless.
You had them stumped. A lot of it. They couldn't respond. That's why they didn't.
Right. Because the thing is, and what I was doing was pointing out flaws in their methodology as well, saying things like, did you ever ask her if she felt this was a problem? Or did you just tell her it was? Because, I mean, they're supposedly diagnosing a patient, right? But they're not actually seeking any data from her about her experience or what she thinks about anything. They're dismissing everything she says about it as symptoms of the problem in some regard. Well, that's going to be an issue because they're supposed to be doing some sort of diagnostic work, and that includes, obviously, the patient's experience. If it doesn't include the patient's experience at all, then why is their data preferable to the actual source of the data who's having the subjective experience? Makes no sense. So I was talking to them about their methodology, like, well, and I was asking them questions, basically. Well, why are you doing this? What is it supposedly treating? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when we get to the fact that they're treating her for something she's not considered to be treated for. And then the discussion just has to be about that at that point. Now, if asked why she wouldn't consent to it, then we point out that all the stuff you're saying there.
Right.
Not that it's our burden to. That's the other thing is it's like making certain arguments concedes the burden to other people. Now, I'm telling you this, and I don't mean to say any of this stuff condescendingly. I know all of us here who are intuitive, arguers in the fashion that you appear to be, understand their own skills as sufficient probably for all their purposes. So I'm not trying to be condescending at all. I respect that we ENTPs or the like deal with things as they deal with them. But I would say that you got to remember where the burden lies all the time and not make arguments that concedes any of their burden. So if I'm making the argument that marijuana is non-addictive, then I'm conceding the burden that question can be dealt with before the real question, which is, has it been consented to? There's an order of operations argumentationally, right? Mm. If you address that later question before the earlier question has been addressed, you're conceding frame, and you're saying that's a question that's relevant right now. I don't want to concede frame in that fashion. I'll say, well, that question is simply not relevant right now as to whether or not marijuana actually is addictive or anything of the sort. If you want to know why we don't consent, we don't have any obligation to provide that information to you. You have the obligation to seek consent and find out if she in fact wants to be treated for this, but you never did. Yeah. And so as a consequence, you're the problem. Yeah. And me arguing anything beyond that is missing the point here. We need to address that issue first. You concede that first. Right. And then if you want to talk about anything else, we can talk about something else. But that's my approach, and I think it's ultimately the most powerful approach. Don't ever concede any burdens or frames that you don't need to. Mm. So I believe in evolution.
That's good advice, because that's something that I would get messed up in. I would agree to stuff that wasn't really relevant, but like to kind of like throw me off during the argument. And I'd be like, why are you talking about that? Yeah, of course, that's how that's what I do. And it would only take, I'd be like holding on to so many points that I'm trying to make during this discussion that it all falls apart because the relevant one got forgotten.
Because in that context, even third slot NE is going to beat NI. Yeah. NI with third slot TI is not up to the challenge with ignoring NE of NE, which is just designed to dissemble, basically. In other words, it's getting her mushed down into nodes that aren't relevant, and she's sort of compelled to follow into those nodes by FE. She's just not sort of likely to seize the frame because she's a responsive FE user. She's NI first, which means she's fundamentally a counterpuncher. I am too. Once I counterpunch once, then I have the lead, and at that point I'm punching, and they're on defense from that point forward. So I do wait to get hit first. I don't go in swinging, but that's just smart tactics, Do I believe in evolution? No. I mean, if by that you mean, do I believe that evolution explains the origin of the species? Absolutely not. And that's really the question that has to be asked. Do I believe that evolution explains the origin of speciation? The answer is no, I do not. And nobody else should either because it doesn't explain it.
Is this all that's left?
Yeah, we need to go to the weed store again. I guess I've been smoking a lot of weed. I don't know.
Well, we have been hunkering down.
That's true. We have been hunkering down. So I think, let's go to the weed store today. And we also have to go to the ATM then. And all right, we'll do that a little bit later. So Cloud says, so we did not evolve for monkeys. See, this is an example of somebody trying to frame walk you. And I appreciate the example here, Cloud. If I answer that question, no, for example, I'm conceding the frame. I'm saying that, in fact, we're arguing about some sort of counter advocacy. I'm not arguing that I have a counter explanation or that I have a better explanation than evolution. I'm saying that evolution fails to meet its burden to explain something. Does evolution explain how humans evolved from monkeys? No, it does not. So if you want to, yeah, I'm telling you, does evolution explain why or how humans evolved from monkeys? No, it does not explain that. Is that a straight answer? Yeah, it is. It's a straight answer to the right question. The right question is, does evolution explain how humans evolved from monkeys? And the answer is no, it does not. But you see, if you ask the wrong question, like you asked, then you're trying to frame walk somebody. It's not even a theory in any meaningful sense. It's not a scientific theory. It doesn't present. Okay. I see. It's been a long time.
Yeah. How much more time?
It's been a long time since Darwin originally produced the theory of evolution, which has been thoroughly disproved Darwinian evolution. They've got all sorts of these new kind of weird pseudo-evolution notions that have replaced it. It's not relevant to the evolution question, Cloud. That's not relevant to the evolution question. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Microevolution, macroevolution. Even arguing using those terms is somewhat conceding frame. The real question is, does evolution explain the origin of the species, of different species, of speciation? Does it explain how or why humans evolved from some single cell organism? And the answer is no. Do species adapt within the range of their genome? Yeah. Can we prove that adaptive quality is substantial? Yeah, we do it with dogs. Can we also prove that doesn't change species? Yeah, we do it with dogs. So pretty straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's all sorts of fucking half-assed explanations to sort of keep the word evolution, even though it had no relation whatsoever to what it was originally meant.
That's a big deal.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There's punctuated equilibrium, the nearly neutral theory, genetic drift, founder's effect, all these concentric circles they have to draw in order to keep true to the dogma that the Earth is the center of the universe. Cloud, that's what's called a false dichotomy, okay? Thank you once again for exemplifying the fallacy. There are more than two possible explanations, and there's a third thing besides explanations that you need to remember, which is we might simply not know at all yet. There might be an explanation nobody's thought of yet, and we are in a state of ignorance at the moment. That's possible too. That the explanation will be, somebody will come up with it. It'll be the correct explanation. That right now we're existing in a false explanation world, and that the explanation hasn't come out yet. For example, prior to plate tectonics, which is a great example I always use, everybody believed the Earth was expanding like a balloon. That's what was making the continents drift apart. And everybody was wrong about it. But eventually somebody came up with plate tectonics, and that explained it correctly. Now, we may be in the same expanding world state of thinking regarding the continental drift. Before somebody came up with plate tectonics, the correct answer hadn't been ideated yet. There wasn't an intuitive yet who had ideated it. That may be the state we're in now regarding the origin of the species. Or it could be one of the multiple possible other explanations. Aliens planted us here. We're in a simulated reality. Christian God. Or some other mythological explanation, you know? There's a lot of possibilities you can come up with. Well, there goes the chat. There goes the stream. So that thing happened again. This time 2 hours and 38 minutes in.
Are you noticing a trend?
No, last time it happened like 30 minutes in. This has been quite a long stream before the chat died. But died it did. Died it did do. That's fine. That's a good timing to end the stream, I think. Thanks for being here, everybody. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. I never pulled a card for you, huh?
Oh no.
Let me pull a card. All right, by the way, what my penis card was, somebody remembered, was the 2 sticks.
Oh, look at us.
Yeah, we're right next to each other on the chart.
Wow.
So I think this is restlessness because it's been a few days. And this is an inability to see the truth for your vagina that's getting poked today.
Yeah.
It's right now it needs to face its fears.
It does. No, I think she's a little shy. She's just getting over period stuff. So
Sure.
she hasn't been intimate in a little bit.
Naturally, yeah. All right, well, thanks for being here, everybody. And don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. Oh, I still forgot to pull a card.